Jittery nerves among airline passengers in the wake of an attempted terror attack on a plane on Christmas Day. On Saturday night, people on board a flight from Orlando to Phoenix got suspicious of two men described as Middle Eastern. They say the men were acting strangely and watching what appeared to be footage of a suicide bombing. Turns out it was a Hollywood film. The men were detained, questioned, and released. This incident, combined with fears following the 9/11 attacks, is renewing concerns about racial profiling. 3TV's Frank Camacho joins us live now with that story. Frank?
Well, Bev, a prominent Phoenix physician who also happens to be a Muslim says the Saturday night incident and the reaction to it is dealing with the symptom and not the disease.
If we start looking and treating everyone exactly the same, that's a waste of tax money and a waste of our resources.
Dr. Zuhdi Jasser is considered a moderate voice of Islam. He thinks stringent security measures now enforced throughout America and here at Sky Harbor may be the new normal, but he doubts it will make us any safer.
I think if we look at this as a short-term conflict where, well, if we say now if we do pat-downs or take our shoes off in the airport, that'll fix the problem, we are going to continue to be surprised on a monthly basis.
That's because of the nature of radical or fascist Islam, as he calls it, which views Western secular democracies as an enemy, which must be destroyed at all costs. That radicalism has led to extraordinary security measures, which makes all of us vulnerable to a loss of rights. Should we react from fear and not from logic?
I, as a Muslim, accept the fact that with my first name, Muhammad, it's going to be a little more difficult for me to travel. I'll accept that. But the minute we start to change the basic fabric of freedom that our society is based on, in which we treat everyone the same way with the same rights, if we start to change that, that's exactly what Al-Qaeda and all these radical Muslim groups want.
Now, Dr. Jasser says the war on terror is actually a battle of ideologies between the freedom that we experience here in the West and the oppression under an Islamic fascist state, as he calls it. And this kind of battle can be won. As evidence, he points out to the Cold War, in which the United States defeated the Soviet Union without having to fire a shot. Reporting live from Sky Harbor, I'm Frank Camacho for 3TV.